Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Hummel, the Tier 6 German SPG, located on the south spawn of Pilsen. This one is under the command of TarheelRambler of the TNATN clan. Well, it's a bit of a mouthful for the clan, but it is an NA clan, so TNATN. Okay, game on. 15cm howitzer. He's chosen to use the top gun. Now, whilst that will fire over the entire range of the map, which means that there's no target on the map he can't hit, 730 alpha and 49mm pen. He's not using any stun on this one. He's not arming stun straight away. That would be only 600 alpha. He's decided to go for the heavy hitting non-stun HE right from the start. 49mm pen, 4 meters burst radius, slightly less on the burst radius, but it does more damage. And of course you can stun or you can hit an enemy tank, which is close to one of your teammates as well. Okay, if you may realise, because we featured TarheelRambler before, that he actually plays with a disability because of course he has Parkinson's. So it makes it very difficult to play, but he struggles and he actually gets great results. So good on for him, because he's proving that illness cannot be a handicap. Ooh, there's targets over to the right. I don't know if he's seen those. There's a Burzer over there who's sitting out in the open and he's stationary, but he fires in at the Burzer that's in the factory. He's seen it now. Now, the standard reload for the Top Gun is 29.6, I think. I'll check that because I've got my spectacles off. 29.82. Now, he's got a reload time of 25.80. Now, he thinks it's there. Oh my gun! Brilliant shot! And he got a direct hit on the target and wiped him out. So he's got his first kill, and it's a good one at that. Now, just the other day, people were actually asking, could we actually have these videos done without any commentary? Because they didn't particularly like my commentary. They thought it was a bit like watching a football match, and I'm just commentating on what's actually going on. Yes, it is kind of. That's the way I do this, and I also try to inject a bit of history into it as well, by small facts about the Arty or about the what's going on in the battle. I suppose that's just the way that we do it. In fact, you'll find that quite a few of the other content creators also do the same. Oh my god, he's done it again! He's got another kill, this time the BZ-58. Well, this is a turn up for the books. TarheelRambler's now got 2 kills, but there is an enemy tank in the cap area, only a short distance away. It's a T-52, but we've got an M4A3E2, that's the Sherman Jumbo, coming back to protect. And yes, he's just seen this, and he's just loaded as well, so he's going to try and get a hit on this guy. At close range, go for it! Unfortunately, the target dies to the Sherman Jumbo before he can shoot, but it means that he still has a round available for the enemy. Very cheeky one by the T-52, but a bit futile really, because now he's actually no longer available to scout for his teammates, and now we've spotted the enemy M44. He's dialed in, rounds out, long range shot. Oh, and he wipes him out with 1 round. That's his 3rd kill. So he's certainly going for it. Well, what can I tell you about the Hummel? Well, they built 705 of them in total. It was a late war design. It was designed in 1942. They built them in 1943 onwards. The first 5 were sent to the Soviet Union for testing, and they completed 500 of them by January of 1944. It was actually quite a successful design, and in fact, they actually did use them for counter battery. So most Hummels were actually used against the enemy Arty, not against the troops or vehicle concentrations, although they did have some in battle. Rounds out in the SU-100. think he didn't give enough lead there. Yeah. So they were used mostly against enemy Arty, but you do find that some Hummels would actually accompany other vehicles such as the Grilla or the Vespa, and so they were used in combination. Now that SU-100's gone into the corner. Not a good place to be when this shell's coming in. And that's his 4th kill. He's the lead scorer in this game, TarheelRambler. He is nuking the enemy. Fantastic shots. Okay, Viz 44-1's next. Now he needs to give a bit more lead because this guy is 2.5 seconds away from us. 2.8 actually now, as he's extending the range and getting far and far away. So you need to give quite a bit of lead on targets where you're firing long range. He's going into that corner. I think he's going to try and use that corner against our guys as they're moving in on the cap. We might try to get resets on the cap. Okay, he's loaded. But he's actually trying to fire into the building. No, not the building. In fact, he's now changed targets. Went to the T150. He's been wiped out. The Viz 44 is sitting on the corner, but he got wiped out. So there is a KV2 and a G2 SP. G2 SP is still up in the corner. But the KV2, we don't know where he is. He could be anywhere. Our scout, the 5916. Oh, he's found him. He's inside the factory. Have we got a shot? Well, it's not easy, but we might be able to nail him if we can get a good aim. Oh, he keeps moving about. It's difficult getting a shot through the roof of the factory. 5916's looking around. I'm pretty sure that KV2 is probably going to interrupt the cap if he can. Change his mind, going the opposite way. Now he can hit this one. Lines it up, rounds out, and splashes him for 54. Now, they did actually make an improved version of the Hummel. And originally, actually, Hitler was against it being called the Hummel because he obviously knew that that meant bumblebee. But that was the tradition that these vehicles were named after insects. So Vespa is a wasp, Hummel is a bumblebee, and there goes the KV2. And that just leaves the G2 SP who's trying to get a reset. He does. But here comes in the round, and long flight time. Unfortunately, it's too long, and he managed to get away before. So it's 3 versus 1 now. 2 Arty and the 5916. So he's spotting for us, and we've got to try and win the game for our team as long as the 5916 can keep him spotted. Okay. Well, keep him in sight. See what he's going to do next. Rounds out. Looks good. Unfortunately, a little too late. Okay, the 5916 is pumping rounds into the G2, but the G2 has got a much bigger gun. Now's the chance, because that 5916 has slowed down a bit. It'll slow down the G2. He just got one big hit, and we're only seconds away from firing. The M44 just fired. Can we get a shot? Rounds out. This should hit. It does get a hit, and it now leaves him vulnerable. Unfortunately, the G2 manages to kill the 5916, which now means that we've got to do it instead. And of course, the G2 goes into cover, but he gets wiped out. He got wiped out by the M44 at the last moment, and that wins the game. Here's the end of battle results, and that was the second-class tanker for TarheelRambler of the TNATN clan in the Hummel. He managed to get a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly. He also got a bruise medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 8. And his win rate from the game was 1,803, which is very good indeed. Let's have a look at team score. Well, he didn't get the highest damage in the game because that went to the KV2 on the enemy team, who got 3,128 hit points. He got a defender and a Confederate, but he didn't get the high caliber apparently. Second highest damage actually went to the G2 on our team, who picked up the high caliber for 2,747. So I think we know what actually happened. The KV2 may have got more damage, but he actually shot one of his own teammates, and as a consequence of that, he was disqualified from getting the high caliber, and it fell to the next person who managed to get 20% of the enemy hit pool. And that turned out to be one of our guys. So he got the high caliber instead of the KV2 driver. Third highest damage in the game went to the G2 SP, who got 2,351 hit points. And he got the defender medal. He reset the cap and got that defender, but then he wasn't able to get away from the Arty even after he got rid of the 5916. The M44 managed to get that round in just at the last moment. It's the only kill that the M44 managed to get in that contest, but he got it just at the right moment. He landed a shell near him when he was already down on hit points because, of course, TarheelRambler had hit him quite a lot. And at that particular moment, it splashed him to death, and we won the game. When it came to kills, yep, it's actually the G2 SP on the enemy team. He got 5 kills in that game. Remember, he got the defender as well. 4 kills went to the G2 SP on our team. And, of course, he picked up the high caliber. And 4 kills went to TarheelRambler. And, yes, he was nuking them with the extra HE. And 2 kills in third place went to the T150 on the enemy team. When it came to base XP, it's the G2 SP on our team who did the best with 1,280. He was the only one to get over 1,000 base, with the 5916 picking up 980. He was doing a lot of spotting, because of course he was picking up and benefiting from TarheelRambler's shots that were hitting the G2. And 706 base XP went to TarheelRambler. So yes, the 5916 got the spotting and we got the damage. Even though it wasn't a huge amount of damage, but it did count. He fired 12 rounds in the game, so it's not a huge amount of rounds, but it was accurate shots. 3 direct hits on the enemy, 1 penetrating shot, 6 splash, damage of 1,057 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. So which one did he actually penetrate and kill? Yes, it was the M44 on the enemy team. Who, yes, sat still far too long, but then he had no choice in it. He had to sit behind the rubble because it was the only place that he could not be seen by our teammates. So he decided to do that. And of course, what he didn't realize is that TarheelRambler was loaded, ready to go, and just had to put the reticule over him and then fire the round in and wipe him out completely. He also got 7 enemy vehicles damaged, 4 killed, 156 hit points of stun assist off 3 stuns. So he did carry some stun HE. He earned a profit on a premium count of 57,876 credits for the game. And he got a 40,000 bonus for completing a mission and 2,118 experience points as well. So it's a beneficial all round. And again, it's Arty proving their worth because, of course, it was Arty that got the huge number of kills and Arty that finished the game by killing the last enemy. So there again, just goes to show how valuable we are to a team, because when the tanks fail to kill the enemy, Arty has to do it for them. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.